My producer behind the camera is watching chat, so let me know if there's any problem with hearing our microphones. We are on board the beautiful Carnival Glory. We've been here all week, and we've made some great behind-the-scenes videos, from interviewing the captain in his private offices to the hotel director and the maitre d', all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff. And right now, we are here with the great Dustin, our cruise director, who's been here all week. Now, before we start...
Great, we're going to Far-Fetched now. I'm just having fun.
If you've been watching, we just got done the 80s party, which is why Dustin is was it considered the 80s party?
This is just a farewell. It's the last night on board, so we just like mix everything.
He said to me, he said, am I dressed appropriately? And if you were watching the party a couple minutes ago, you know we were, but I've got something for Dustin to pay a little homage to his department. Remember these?
Oh, I still have this back at home. I have a whole tote of all my old crew staff,
I'm going to throw this on.
Yes.
Now, y'all know I don't work for Carnival, but the corporate office sends me all kinds of goodies. So.
That's cool. I still have the swishy pants too that went along with this. They're mostly red. They look like you're a firefighter because they're just these bright red swishy pants.
Okay, guys, so let me know if you can hear me, first of all, inside of chat, and it looks like we're okay there. Now, I'm going to do a little interview with Dustin, but this is live, so if you have any questions, we are monitoring chat. Let us know, we'll break in, and we will answer your questions for you.
Yeah.
So, Dustin, let's start with your career. How long have you been with Carnival?
Going on 8 years now. Going on 8 years. Started off, really it was just by luck. I was cruising with my family and decided to jump in. Interviewed online, just went to carnival.com, employment opportunities, started jumping through there. My first ship was a Paradise where I trained for 2 weeks. And then they sent me to the Carnival Spirit.
2 weeks, that's a lot of training.
Yeah, well, it was 3 cruises, but the thing was when we got there, they were actually short-staffed. So we didn't even really get the training. We went right in, and we started helping because just a million things happened. People were either like ill or like contracts fell short, and they didn't have the people to man it. So even my first ship where I was supposed to train, they're like, we need you for this. And so we started doing things right off the bat. We didn't even get much training. But then I was lucky to get the Spirit to be able to do the crossing, so that was cool.
Now, you were on the fun squad first before becoming cruise director, I take it?
Back then it was a social host.
Social host?
Yeah.
Now, see, most people think a social host is like old men who are like, waiting to dance with older ladies.
Oh, man, that reminds me of the movie with Walter Matthau.
Yes, great movie.
Oh, shoot, what was the name of that movie? Overboard? No, not Overboard. I don't know. Out to Sea.
Out to Sea, yes, that was
Walter
a great movie.
Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, 2 of my favorite actors. Oh my God.
Speaking of that, I actually have a video I made on board here I put out of some great movies regarding cruising. So we'll put that out sometime in the next couple of weeks.
That's an awesome one. They did it on a Holland ship, one of the Carnival Cruise Line sister lines. So yeah, it was on a Holland ship.
Now, to work on board, do you still just go to carnival.com, or are they different booking agencies now?
No, well, to work on board with our different departments, they use booking agencies throughout the world. But if you're in the U.S. or anywhere close, they even use Facebook for Carnival Entertainment.
Really?
We even have our Carnival Entertainment Facebook page. You go on there, you click a link, and then you apply through that. Some of the different positions, they even do just a simple Skype. Do it over video chat.
Really?
Yeah.
And how long typically do you stay as a fun squad or a social host member before you move up the chain?
It kind of depends. There's some people that are doing it. I was really lucky because I did the Carnival Spirit and we did the crossing over to Australia. When that happened, that was never done before. And so a lot of the big wigs from Miami, they were on board and they saw me how much work I put into it. This is the first time we've ever done that. So we went through and we were making new games and we were making new trivias and things on the fly because we had people that stayed on board for 47 days straight. So we had to come up with new questions for trivias and stuff all the time. So we worked really hard. And so when they met me there on my first contract, they kind of kept an eye on me. So it ended up being about 2 years that I got promoted up. But I was lucky. Sometimes it's usually closer to like 3, 4.
It's kind of funny you mentioned the trivia. I don't know if you remember or not, Game Show Mania used to be the old podium system. Well, I work for that company.
Oh, really?
And I went on board once, and they called me up to be part of it.
So
and
you
when
knew
they
everything?
played the disc, it was my disc. I wrote the questions.
Oh my
So needless to say, I
God.
got every answer right. And they're like, where do you work? I'm like, well, I wrote the questions on the disc you played.
Oh man, I loved Game Show Mania.
Oh, it was a great company. Unfortunately, they're not around anymore, but
I still went through it when they chunked everything. They threw it all out. They were throwing it out. So we went through and we saved a bunch of the questions just because, like, at home playing with my friends and family, we still use some of those questions of, like, they were just awesome flips. And the little cards just saved everything. It was awesome because we loved that game.
where are you from?
Ohio.
Me too.
Yeah, near Columbus.
The Red Barrel State. I mean, the Buckeye State.
The Buckeye State.
Columbus is great. Remember driving back tomorrow? No, we're gonna spend a couple days in New Orleans.
Oh.
My son's 21st birthday was on board,
Oh.
and it was this or Disney World. And I said, "You want to leave out of New Orleans?" And he said, "Well, is New Orleans a drinking city?"
Of course, Bourbon Street. Did you already stay in New Orleans before you got on board?
We did, but he wasn't 21 yet,
Oh.
so we didn't have any.
But you got to do
Any drink.
you got to do some of the food though.
We did, and as a matter of fact, my son is a chef, so
Oh, you're a chef.
he absolutely
Oh, man.
is looking forward to going back and enjoying some culinary experiences.
Man, I love the jambalaya. Oh my gosh, I could eat jambalaya for days.
We have any questions from anybody online?
Nothing yet?
Nothing yet. Well, if you have any questions, guys, you guys are always telling me to do one of these lives. So if you have questions, you now have a cruise director sitting right here for the next few minutes. So feel free to ask some questions. So let's talk about your job.
Yeah.
What's your
go for
day
it.
like?
Usually we wake up about 7, 8 in the morning on like a typical day, sometimes a lot earlier, like tomorrow debarkation. We'll be up as early as like 5 a.m. trying to get everything set up and prepared for everybody. But usually we wake up, we go through, we do our walk around, our checks to see what's going on with our lounges, how is everything looks. And then once it's not too early, around 9 o'clock, we start making our first announcements. To let everybody know, the different weather, what's going on outside, the first activities going on in the morning. The announcements are a fine line to give enough information, but not be to the point that it's like, I'm trying to sleep, leave me alone.
I can appreciate that.
So we kind of have to balance it out. But then we start doing all the activities starting at 9 o'clock, and it doesn't stop till about, sometimes most of the night, 1 a.m., 1, 2 a.m.
So you don't get much sleep.
Oh, I get my coffee in the morning though, so that it's all
Do
right.
you get free coffee at the coffee shop at least?
To be perfectly honest, I drink the coffee from our crew mess, which is the same machine as the Lido deck where you push a button. One, it's faster, but I have my own conspiracy theory that the coffee down in the crew mess is jacked up a little bit. So you go down
that
there,
extra energy in the morning.
You get one cup of coffee there, and I'm just wound for sound for the rest of the day, and I can't stop. So I stick to that coffee.
So let's talk about the schedule. The entertainment schedule. Do you make that, or is that done in Miami corporate office?
Well, back when I first got promoted, I kind of went through and did everything as far as the programming, the planning throughout the ship, and the fun times you guys get in the stateroom, and even the different screens around the ship. And then they went through and they split it up between jobs because they did see it's a lot. And now we have 3 different positions that it's a lot more now because now we focus on every little detail. So we have an entertainment director that does all the behind the scenes work, the cruise director that does all the front of house, all the stage work, the parties, the announcements, everything like that. And then we have our media manager that goes through and does all the media, your screens, your advertising, your fun times, anything like that, to make sure it's all right and correct before it goes out for everyone. So that's kind of the 3 jobs. I do more. I team up with the entertainment director to kind of plan and program different things throughout the ship to what will and what we think will work best with our different clientele and at cruise to cruise,
How much creativity do you have personally? Like if you have an idea that you want to implement, is it easy to get that on schedule?
Any of our ideas, we go through and we work with our shore side to get produced and born, There's a lot of things nowadays that we go through, and we have to make sure that we have the right copyrights, we have the right rules, we get in touch with the right people, make sure we have it the right way. So we work with them, but ideas, they go back and forth, you know, all the time. We are constantly like, hey, let's try this, let's try this. Actually, lip sync battle that we did, one of my best friends, he's working over in Las Vegas right now. He's the one that teamed up with our head office and said, hey, this is new, this is awesome, everybody's talking about it. Let's try and see if we can't get it. And 2 weeks later, they were in a meeting with the producers of Lip Sync Battle, putting it together. So we get a lot of creativity, but it takes time to do it right. You know what I mean?
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nick, any questions? Any questions?
People want to know, because they plan on coming on the Glory here for the next couple of months. They want to know how long you plan on being the cruise director on the ship. How long
Oh, how long am I going to be here on the Carnival Glory? I'm here until November 24th, so I'll be here a long time for this contract. And I've actually been on the Glory for now going on 4 years, the cruise director. I go on vacation, I come back. This time, I'm actually looking at trying out the entertainment director role, so I kind of applied for that, and I'm asking questions back and forth, so that might be my next contract.
A lot of promotions seem to be going on this ship right now.
Yeah, well, the entertainment director, that's a fun side, but like we worked hand in hand, so it's kind of a different. It's the left hand compared to the right hand, you know. There's a lot of things I would miss about the cruise director side as far as hosting, but you know, the guest interaction, I would still be able to come out and meet and talk to people as the entertainment director. But even at that, if I go to my next ship as cruise director, I think it's time for me to rotate ships. So come next year around January, I'll find out around that time where I'm going to go next. I'm not sure it'll be the Glory. Maybe it will. I never know.
What's your favorite ship you've been on?
Oh, it's a hard question. Glory's been home for a really long time. 4 years is a long time on a ship. So I'd have to say the Glory, but there's been other contracts where you either really love the team, you really love the ports, you love the ship itself. One thing I miss is the Red Frog Pub. I love the Red Frog Pub and the jerk chicken wings and the plantain chips and stuff. So I'm a foodie. I love food. I can't cook, but I love food.
What do you like about this ship more than the other ships you've been on?
The crew. The reason I keep coming back is because the team I get to work with. And not so much like, it's the senior management that comes back, and that's the core team. And the senior management is who you get to work with over and over and over. From the captain, the hotel director, all these different people you've already interviewed. They're family at this point. You know, it's been a long time, day in, day out. We spent 24 hours together. It's home, it's family.
Here's a tough one. What don't you like about this ship that opposed to your other ships?
What don't I like? I probably have to say right off the top of my head, since I just brought it up, that we don't have a Red Frog Pub. I miss that food. As stupid as that is, you'd pay $3 for like the little pork sliders, and I would spend money every single night, which is probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing we don't have it, because I save a lot of money.
Go right back to Carnival,
yeah,
right?
that I'd just be money, spending it on jerk chicken wings and pork sliders. But now I spend it in New Orleans.
We have any more questions? All right, best part of the job, worst part of the job. I asked that of all the crew I
do a Q&A on the last day, and I get this one pretty often, and it's and my answer for that is it's a double-edged sword. It's the same thing, because it's the people you meet. The people you meet.
Captain said the same thing.
Yeah, well, the people you meet some incredible people as far as guests, as far as crew, and you build up these relationships, and they become your best friends. They literally become your family. But then at the end of the 6 months, they go home, and you never know if you're going to see them again. So it's the best part and the worst part. You know, there's some people that are literally like these crazy, awesome relationships I build up that I don't know if I'm going to see them again. But luckily, there's Facebook, things like that, where we keep in touch. But, you know, it'd be nice to be able to meet up with them. But they're halfway around the world to be able to do that. So one day I'll be able to get to see them again, hang out a little bit. But it'll be a big vacation trip to be able to go see them. So that's the best and the worst.
How do you deal with the most annoying guests like me?
You're not annoying. I don't know.
You know there's some.
See, the thing is, one, you kind of gotta have to shrug off anything, because on the flip side, I'm one of the most annoying people there is as well. On the board, you can't sit down, you can't rest. You gotta make the most of your cruise. So whenever I have someone that might be, kind of a thorn in my side, it's like, you know what? Most of the time, that's me. So I gotta flip the mirror.
I only have a couple more questions, so if you have a question, now is the time, because we're just about out of time, and I appreciate all the time you have given me.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the inside knowledge that we don't know. What do you know about the Mardi Gras that we might not know?
The Mardi Gras that we might not know. Really, everything that's been released, I've been looking at the same videos everybody else has. So I don't know hardly. I mean, Matt Mitchum got announced as a cruise director. He's a really good friend of mine.
Awesome.
I love Matt Mitchum. I got to work with him as his assistant on the Breeze when we first brought it over to Miami, and we had a blast on there. He's incredible, so you're going to have a blast there. The different dining opportunities that are going to be on there, it's going to be insane. I'm really curious how it's all going to lay out, because they keep showing snippets of, like, here's a cabin, here's a lounge, what it's going to look like. But they're not showing, like, the complete layout, how everything's going to flow. So that's what I'm curious about, of, like, where's that big side atrium? Is that going to be our new show lounge? Are they going to still have a show lounge? Is it going to be like a liquid lounge, or like a big theater like we have now?
I heard there's going to be 2 theaters.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but none of the videos I've seen. But, the ship internet, I don't keep up with everything. I see it usually after everybody else. But I don't know if the 2 different theaters are going to be like the comedy club and the show lounge we have here on board, or if it's going to be 2 theaters and 2 comedy clubs. I've heard rumors of that.
That's what I've heard, but I've seen the deck maps and I don't see where that.
Yeah. A lot of rumors.
What I'm worried about most is the thing that I'm most excited about.
What's
the
that?
roller coaster.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea until you add alcohol and the roller coaster. If you're walking underneath when somebody.
Oh, no.
That's the only thing that kind of more worries me about it.
Well, one, I don't think that it's going to be anywhere. Again, I don't remember the plans off the top of my head, but I don't know if there's going to be any different spots where people can actually walk underneath.
I sure hope so, because the pictures make it look like it's over some Serenity area.
Yeah,
that's
right.
my only worry.
I imagine there's going to be a lot of, like, safety precautions where they can't go underneath and things like that.
But I will be on the inaugural sailing, so I do plan on being the first person on board that roller coaster.
That's awesome. Yeah. If you could get Christine Duffy off of it, she's better. She's going to be excited.
Oh, she's great. We have one question.
Yeah.
Ethan wants to know, how would you go about getting a job on a cruise ship and, like, getting to use it?
Oh, how would you get a job on a cruise ship and get to my position? Just go online to carnival.com and go to employment opportunities, or even the Facebook page, Carnival Entertainment. They do the hiring right off of that. They can show you what the different interviews, the auditions. And my position, you come in as Fun Squad, and then you work your way up. And then you get your chance to become cruise director once the opportunity presents itself, which it always will. If you give it time, it always will show up.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I can't thank Dustin enough for taking a part of his day to talk to us. This is the Sal Pitera channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Click that little bell notification. That way YouTube will let you know every time we upload one of these great videos. Also now, if you click that join button, and you don't have to, it'll financially support our channel with a $4.99 contribution each month. Again, my videos are always free, so you certainly don't have to do that. Thank you, Dustin, very much. It's been a great cruise.
I appreciate it.
And
you guys had a great
thank
time.
you to everybody on board the Carnival Glory that helped us this week take you behind the scenes. And we'll see you next time up on the Lido deck.